Tabatabaei vs Khuong in the Asian Individual Chess Championships 2025 Open Round 1 sees a King's Indian Defense orthodox variation battle unfold. On d4. Knight f6. On c4. On g6. Knight c3. Bishop g7. On e4. On d6. Knight f3. King castled kingside transposed into King's Indian Defense orthodox variation. Bishop e2. On e5. King castled kingside. Bishop g4. On d5. On a5. On h3. Threatening pawn takes g4. Bishop takes f3 played by Khuong. Bishop takes f3. On h5. Bishop g5 it is novelty move. Knight bd7. On g3. Knight c5. Bishop g2. Tabatabaei's idea is to play Queen f3. King h7. Rook a d1. On a4. Rook d2. Knight cd7. Queen d1. Knight b6. On f4. Knight takes c4 and take decisive advantage. Queen d7 played by Khuong. On h4. King h7. Queen e2. Knight g8. Bishop e3. Knight f6. On f3. Bishop h6. Bishop f2. Queen e7. Bishop h3. Knight e8. On f4. On takes f4. On takes f4. Knight g7. On e5 think carefully what is the best move for Khuong. Pawn b6 is the correct move because King g2. On f5. Rook a e1. Bishop takes f4. Bishop takes c5. Queen takes h4 position is equal. Let's go to the main variation. On e5. Threatening bishop takes c5. On f6 slightly worse move played by Khuong. Bishop takes c5. On takes c5. On d6. Threatening pawn takes e7. On takes d6 played by Khuong. Knight d5. Tabatabaei is aiming to play Knight takes e7. Knight f5. Knight takes f5. On takes e5. Knight takes h6. On takes f4. Queen e7 check. King takes h6. Bishop d7. On f3 and dominate the board. Queen e8 played by Khuong. Khuong is preparing to play on takes e5. On takes e5. Queen takes e5. Queen takes e5. On takes e5 and establish a winning position. On e6 played by Tabatabaei. Tabatabaei is aiming to play on e7. Rook f7. Rook ae1. Rook b8. Knight c7. Queen g8. On promotes to queen at e8 and sees the initiative. On f5 played by Khuong. Threatening queen takes e6. Rook fe1 played by Tabatabaei. Tabatabaei considers playing On e7. Rook f7. Knight c7. Bishop takes f4. Knight takes e8, and secure a stronghold in the game. Queen c6 played by Khuong. Bishop g2. Rook a e8. On e7. Threatening pawn promotes to knight at ex f8 check. Rook f7 played by Khuong. Knight f6 check. Rook takes f6. Bishop takes c6. Pawn takes c6. Queen f3. Rook f7. King f1. Rook takes e7. Rook takes e7. Rook takes e7. Rook e1. Threatening rook takes e7. Rook c7 played by Khuong. King f2. Tabatabaei intends to play. King g3. Rook b7. Queen c3. Rook b4. Pawn a3. Rook b7. Queen f6, and dominate the board. Rook b7 played by Khuong. Pawn b3. Threatening queen takes c6. Pawn d5 played by Khuong. Rook c1. Rook e7. Pawn takes d5. Pawn takes d5. Queen takes d5. Bishop takes f4. Queen takes c5. Rook e5. Threatening rook takes c5. Queen c3 played by Tabatabaei. Rook d5. Queen c4. Rook d2 check. King e1. Bishop h6. Queen f7. Khuong saw no escape and decided to resign.